Brighton's finest.
Bringing the artists closer to you.
I am talking with Matt, who is the singer and bassist of the Brighton via Newcastle band Demob Happy. Well, you're releasing your second album, Holy Doom. What an album it is. The sleaze, the swagger, the fuzz, the hooks. You guys must be bloody happy with it.
Yeah, we are. It's like, it's really nice to have people hearing it. You know, it's taken us about a year. You know, we wrote it, the most part, last February. So it's about a year since we wrote it that it's going to be coming out. Yeah, we're very happy with it.
Your debut LP, Dream Soda, was released nearly 2.5 years ago in 2015.
Yeah.
Like, how was the writing process for Holy Doom? Because in that time you also shifted from being a quartet to a trio.
Yes, yeah, we did. 2016 was quite a tough year because we had, like, you know, that all went down. We had, like, relationship stuff and then also management stuff and a lot of hurdles, really. So I think a lot of bands might have called it a day after that, after what we had to go through in 2016. But when we got the green light from record label that they were up for doing another album, we just buried our heads away and do what we know how to do, you know, which is like, there's this little place in Wales that we go to. We tend to go there for about 2 weeks at a time. And there's no phone signal or no internet or anything like that. And we just take our instruments and go and write, you know. And so really it was kind of cathartic, you know, being out there and doing that. It's nice. I've known the guys for so long that no matter what sort of happens, we have this unity where we can just get in a room together and play music and have fun, you know.
I can remember seeing somewhere that you guys had been a band for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a mighty long time, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've known Adam, the guitarist, since sixth form, so even longer than that. And then we met Tom at college in Newcastle. And then, yeah, we would have formed a band, I think. The first time we sort of played together as Demob Happy would have, been 2008, I think. So it's been a while.
Yeah, and I can imagine after the label putting their faith in you and then you bring this album to them, they must have been absolutely over the moon because it's an immense listen.
Thank you. That's really sweet of you. You know, we took them the demos and things like that, and I think we'd had about 70 ideas, about 40 of which were songs, and then we demoed about 30 of them, took those to the label and said, you know, this is kind of what we're thinking, but we had quite a strong idea of what it was that we wanted to make, and the label agreed, you know, so that was good.
Yeah, I can remember when you announced Holy Doom towards the end of last year that you wanted to create this thing that was really clear in your heads, and the album really does have that, you know, very assured feel to it all the way through it. Were there particular ideas you wanted to achieve on the LP?
There were certain things that we wanted to do, you know, like me and the lads love singing, and the most important thing to us is melody and the lads singing along in harmony, you know, and that was something that we're now able to do fully. And, you know, just like certain kind of technical stuff. When we did Dream Soda, we didn't really know how to get the sounds that we wanted, the sounds that we heard in our heads, you know, that we'd listened to for years and years over your favorite records and go, well, actually, if in a practical way, if I wanted to make that, how would I even do that, you know? But within the couple of years between the first album and the second album, we were like, I guess, just became more knowledgeable on that, you know? So we had this idea of what we wanted and how to get it, as well as a really clear idea of the songs that we wanted to write. It kind of just formed that way, you know. We're nerds, really. So when we were in Wales, we had a whiteboard that we were writing on, and we had the songs, because there's a lot of variation on the album in terms of where the songs go, you know. We'd split these off into different categories in our heads, so mostly so that we could organize all of these ideas, you know, from the 70 or so that we had. But yeah, so we were able to kind of make the album that we wanted to make.
Brighton's finest.
This is Juice.
Where did you record the album, and who with? Whoever did a bloody fine job.
Yeah, so we kind of co-produced it with a guy called Iain Davenport, who's done some stuff that we love, like Band of Skulls, and the engineer was a guy called Christoph Skirl, who we've worked with almost from day one in Brighton.
Yeah, because you did the first album with him, right?
Yeah, we did, and we did EPs with him and singles and things like that. It was just kind of like a chance meeting, really. We'd recorded this EP in Newcastle, and we had all of these shoddy stems that we wanted to make something out of. And we came to him and said, "Hey, can you mix this in any way?" And he took our rubbish, stems that we'd done at my parents' house and made something cool out of it. So from then, we'd always just work with him, and we trust him a lot. And he worked in a studio in Eastbourne called Echo Zoo, which is where we did the first album. So naturally, I think we just went back,
Do you have a particular favourite song on the album? I'm interested because I could pick from maybe 5, 6, 7 possible singles on there. I
think the first track, "Liar in Your Head," to me felt like the most honest representation of this thing that we wanted to do. This sound that we heard, that was like right down the middle, and then everything else had elements of it and elements of other stuff. But I think we really nailed it on that one, what we were hearing. But then again, like Holy Doom, the title track, has this weird sort of thing to it, and also I get to play keys because originally I'm like a piano player before I played bass, so that was nice, but then Maker of Mine has the message in it. It's one that I really believe in, and I mean, to be honest, they're my baby, so I like them all, in that classic sense. But I think, maybe Lie in Your Head,
Yeah, and it is a cracking tune to start it off with as well. Now the artwork is pretty damn special.
Thank you.
Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, we were on tour, and we basically knew that we had a day, I think, to get it done. And me and the lads just sat down, and because we do all of our own artwork and graphic design and stuff, and we just sat down and thought, what can we do that's a bit different? We were big fans of Storm Ferguson and the Hypnosis group, who did the Dark Side of the Moon cover and loads of 10cc covers and even more recent stuff like Bippy Clyro. And for me, they've always set the standard for what like a good album cover should be. They always tell a story in the album covers. So that was basically what we wanted to do. We wanted to give it this sort of classic look, and we did that with certain cameras and stuff. But we also wanted it to have this thing where you would hold it in your hands and go, hang on, what's going on there? And maybe you'd like rotate it and see and like have a good look, because it's nice, like we believe in physical music still.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty cool look, man, and it certainly gets you enticed if you saw it across a record shop.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you're currently on tour with Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. And around Europe, which has taken you all the way to Norway, which is pretty cool.
It is.
You've also got a 9-date UK tour starting in April, with a show at the Haunt on the 14th of April, which is always exciting because it always kicks off in Brighton.
It does.
But what other plans do you have for the rest of the year? Like festivals? Like, are you gonna do a show this year at the Great Escape?
Yeah, we might do something at the Great Escape. I'm always gutted is the wrong word, but whenever the Great Escape is on, it's also the Eurovision Song Contest, and we've always got shows at the Great Escape, and I always miss the Eurovision Song Contest. But I don't know, which is obviously a highlight of the year. I don't know if we will do anything. We'll probably do something. I'll say that much. I think if the weather's nice, we might have a little party. So if anyone is listening, we might do something. But really, we're just focusing on this UK tour, really making it as big a production as we want to. Because it's the Holy Doom tour, so we're going to have... The idea is to kind of recreate the album cover on stage,
Oh, man.
I haven't told anyone that yet, so that's the idea. So we're putting a lot into it because, we care a lot. And I think it'll just look rad.
This is Brighton's Finest.
Bringing the artists closer to you.